In this, as I said, in indirect communication, the mailbox is used for communication. In this, the mailbox can be owned either by the process or by the operating system itself. The operating system must provide the mechanism which allows the process to do the following for implementation of indirect communication. That is nothing but it should allow to create a new mailbox and sender and receiving message through that mailbox, and it can delete a mailbox after using it. If the OS provides all these three access, then only the indirect communication for implementation of IPC using message passing can be implemented in between the processes. Then the next one is synchronization. In this, the message passing can either be blocking or non-blocking, which is also known as synchronous or asynchronous messaging. That is nothing but, in this, as I said, the send and receive are the two operations which is taking place. Based upon the blocking and non-blocking, they are categorizing it into of four type. That is nothing but blocking send, non-blocking send, blocking receive, non-blocking receive. Blocking send is nothing but the sender process which is sending the message will be blocked till the receiver receives the message directly or through the mailbox. Till the receiver receives, the sender will not get allocated for any other process. He is not allowed to communicate with any other process. This is the concept of blocking send. The second methodology is non-blocking send. And this, the sender process which sends the message and resumes the operation which he is performing. He is not getting blocked till the receiver is receiving the message. Then the third one is blocking receive. There is nothing but the receiver blocks until the message is available. Until the receiver receives the message, he is getting blocked. This is the concept of blocking receive. And finally, non-blocking receive. Non-blocking is receive is as vice versa. The receiver is not blocked till he receives the complete message. These are the four types based upon synchronous and asynchronous communication establishment. Here these are the codes for implementation of message passing process. That is the producer and consumer. Here producer message next produce. While it is true, the next product is placed in send, and here the consumer consumes using receive next consumed. That is the only program coding for implementation of message passing paradigm for producer consumer problem. Then based upon the buffer size, it is categorized as zero capacity, bounded capacity and unbounded capacity. Whether the communication is established in any methodologies, that is direct or indirect, or using asynchronous or synchronous, whatever, the communication will established with n number of messages, right? All those messages will be placed on a queue. So a temporary queue is running in the background of message passing communication establishment. In this, based upon the queue size, there are variously they are categorized into three types. First one is zero capacity, another one is bounded capacity, and finally unbounded capacity. In this, zero capacity is nothing but the queue which is used for the implementation of communication will be having the capacity length of 0. In this, the link cannot have a message waiting. That is, the sender sends the message directly to the receiver. And in bounded capacity, The queue has an finite length. It is nothing but the sender sends the message to the receiver, which is placed in a queue. While the receiver is receiving the message or getting copied to it, the sender can send the next batch of message to the receiver, and that message will be placed on the queue for waiting. However, as the receiver completes the receiving of first message, the next message will be passed to it till the size is there. The sender can send the message, but as soon as the queue is full, he has to wait till the receiver receives the message. After the space is left over, the sender can place the upcoming next communication to the queue. This is the concept of bounded capacity. And unbounded is nothing but it is of infinite length. The queue is infinite, so the producer can produce n number of messages. He doesn't need to wait. The sender is never getting blocked, and as soon as the message is there, the receiver reads it from the queue. That is the unbounded capacity. The zero capacity case is referred to as no buffering, since here the capacity is zero, right? The other cases are referred to as automatic buffering. As said, there are three types basically, right? Direct, indirect, synchronous, asynchronous, and based on the capacity it is categorized into third one, which is of automatic and explicit buffering. So these three are the major types of implementation of interprocess communication through message passing. I think it is so clear, and we have discussed with an example of producer consumer problem for implementation of interprocess communication through shared memory and message passing in this session. Thank you.